What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving my prediction for the Tennessee versus Pitt game. But if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And by doing so, it greatly helps out my channel and it helps me grow as a content creator. This matchup right here, guys, is going to be exciting. You got two teams coming off of big wins. Pitt beat West Virginia in a slugfest. It was a tight game all the way through. But Slovis and Pitt came out on top, and you got Tennessee with Hendon Hooker at the quarterback, bringing in a team that scores fast and scores a lot, And it's going to be interesting to see between the two quarterbacks and what they're going to do. But I have some stats that I wrote down for each team. And I'm going to start with Pitt. Of course, like I said, they beat West Virginia 38-31. It was a good game, guys. And like I said, at quarterback, they got Kedon Slovis. He went 16 for 24 for 308 yards with one touchdown with a QBR of 71.9. So very, very good, very efficient quarterback. Running back, they got Rodney Hammond. He got 16 carries for 74 yards for two touchdowns, averaging 4.6 yards a carry. So very, very good running back. Definitely have to keep an eye on him. Then they have Daniel Carter, who had two carries for 4 yards and a touchdown. Then they have a running back / wide receiver in Israel Abanikanda. I think I said his name right. I'm not sure, but he had one reception for 24 yards and one touchdown. So he's definitely a Swiss Army knife dude. You're gonna have to keep an eye on as well. Then they also have Jared Wayne, had 3 receptions for 89 yards, and they had Konata Montfield, who had 5 receptions for 71 yards. Definitely going to have to watch out for those guys. There was the top two receivers, so definitely going to have to watch out for them. Total for Pitt, Pitt got 384 total yards. They got 308 passing, and they got 76 rushing. So they wasn't able to get higher rushing yards, but they definitely passed the ball, and that's what's going to make this game exciting. They gave up 404 total yards. They gave up 214 passing, and they gave up 190 rushing. So Pitt's definitely going to have to shore up the rushing attack. Definitely stop, Tennessee's rushing attack. And for Tennessee, at quarterback, Hendon Hooker, very experienced guy, very dangerous quarterback, mobile, can throw the ball downfield. He's the definition of a dual threat quarterback. He had 18 for 25 for 221 yards with 2 touchdowns, a QBR rating of 79.9. Very, very efficient. Definitely going to have to watch out for him. At running back, they got Jalen Wright. He had 13 attempts for 88 yards, 1 touchdown. They got Jabari Small, 13 attempts for 63 yards, 1 touchdown. Dylan Sampson, 10 attempts for 32 yards, 1 touchdown. Hendon Hooker himself got 2 rushing touchdowns as well. He had 5 attempts for 12 yards for 2 touchdowns. So like I said, dual threat. You got to account for his rushing and his passing. Of course, they got Cedric Tillman. He's the leading receiver. He didn't record a touchdown, but he had 6 receptions for 68 yards. So he's definitely a guy we have to watch out for. Jimmy Holiday, 4 receptions for 62 yards, a touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, 2 receptions for 28 yards, a touchdown. Walker Merrill, 2 receptions for 21 touchdowns. Like I said, Tennessee's offense is very, very potent, and they score fast, guys. They can score within under a minute, so they're definitely a high-scoring team, guys. Total yards, they got 569 yards. 351 of those were passing, and 218 was rushing. So like I said, Tennessee, you have to defend all over the field on the defense. As far as Pitt's concerned, they're going to have a job on their hands. They gave up 343 yards to Ball State. Ball State got 269 passing yards, and they only got 74 rushing. So they beat Ball State, I think, 59-10. Yeah. So like I said, very, very high octane offense. If I had to give my prediction, though, Tennessee is bringing back, an offensive line unit that they had last year. So I I think they're going to have the better offensive line. I watched the Pitt, versus West Virginia game, and West Virginia was able to penetrate, Pitt's offensive line and kind of threw, Keaton Slovis off his game. So based off of that, I think both teams are going to be able to test each other's secondary. I'm not sold on Tennessee's secondary yet. They was able to hold Ball State to 10 points, but I'm not sold on them yet, But they definitely have a pass rush, and taking that into consideration, I think they're going to be able to get the Keaton Slovis on the defense more than Pitt will against, Hendon Hooker. And like I said, Pitt's going to have to account for, Hendon Hooker running the ball and passing. And he got, Cedric Tillman coming back. This is a guy that got over 1,000 yards receiving last year with 16 touchdowns. So in the end, I trust, Tennessee to win the game. And I think they'll win the game. I wrote it down. I wrote down 42-35. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think it's going to have to come down to which quarterback, is going to win the game for him. I just think Hendon Hooker has the tools to do so with the, the pass rush for his defense, and then on the other side, he got all those offensive weapons. And then plus, I expected Pitt to have more rushing yards than that, but, they're primarily a passing team. So I can see Keaton Slovis passing a lot and getting a lot of passing yards on Tennessee. But in the end, I just think Tennessee's pass rush is going to get to him. So 42-35 for Tennessee. But what you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. And once again, guys, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely be back with more college football content. Thanks, guys, and roll tide.